Cheryl to love. um, that's going to be difficult to follow up. Unfortunately, my story comes second person, but it's a very special, close person in my life. Oh, sorry. That's usually not a problem. So I've always had this problem of deciding whether I like Halloween or Christmas better. And it's a big decision because I love both of them. And I love the movie Nightmare Before Christmas, so it's kind of a nice happy medium. But the reason why I have these strange fixations on these two holidays, I feel like, is sort of related to my father, who was also very active during these times. And these times are sort of characterized by a certain amount of mania, a certain amount of, everybody goes a little bit nuts, everybody's doing something, going to visit family, everybody's sort of on the same page, and I feel like that's where he's sort of shown. My father also has bipolar, and he's a rapid cycler, so it's difficult to tell which way he's going to fall. And the mania, of course, has a lot of, excitement and, anecdotes that go with it, as well as the depression. I'm not going to focus on the depression because I don't feel comfortable doing that without layers of fiction between me and him, but I will talk about the mania. One of my favorite Halloweens was when I told him I wanted to be dressed up as a haunted tree, which who knows what the fuck that looks like. But I wanted to look like a haunted tree. So he, being a costumer, went out and got this thick upholstery that looked like bark and made me a fucking costume. In the midst of him teaching, in the midst of him doing everything else he had to do, he made me a haunted tree costume. He was very into that sort of thing. That was a very productive time for him. He was making costumes for everybody, and it was just a big part of his life. So it became a big part of my life as well. In the similar fashion, Christmas was another time where everybody's buying stuff, and he was no exception. He loved Christmas, loved decorating, loved the extravagance of everything, loved putting just everything out and anything out. But unfortunately, this also spilled over into June and July, when they would go on 80% sales. And he would go with me to TJ Maxx or to Tuesday Mornings or wherever, and go through all of these Christmas ornaments and pick out things justifying to me, well, first of all, they're 80% off, so we're saving money. I was like, that sounds like a great idea, says 8-year-old Noah. And then he explains further, well, we're gonna do, like in Better Home and Gardens, we're gonna do like a different tree this year. This year it's gonna be an all blue tree. Next year it'll be like an all red tree. The year after that it'll be all gold. All of these different ornaments for each year. And at that time, it seems like an eternity, because between Christmas is just an eternity. And so it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And it sort of started to creep up on me how much this was straining us in living in a small house on a campus at a high school, to the debt that he was putting all this money into, just impulsively buying all of these ornaments, all of this lumber, all of this upholstery fabric that never got used. It was all in the basement. And when we tried to move, it was obviously still there. And it really hit me, seeing these boxes of Christmas ornaments that were never touched, that were never looked at ever again, that we had to give off to Goodwill, that we had to do something with. Just all these tiny little baubles that had absolutely no purpose, filling up our basement. And it was one of the few times that I realized that this isn't normal. This is not everybody's life. This is something different. And I, by no means, claim to know anything more about my father than he lets me see. But those actions and those interactions at least help me to get a glimmer of what he thinks. So.